suppressing activism in support of Palestine is very much linked to Islamophobia because, first of all, Palestinians are by large perceived to be Muslim, so that is not the reality. The idea that Palestinians are radical, are prone to violence, all of these images are very much related to the stereotypical imagination of the Muslim other. I think, the whole framing of this is a Hamas-Israel war is exactly this discourse about narrowing it down to Islam, because Islam has this sort of reputation. It's not seen as an Israel-Palestine war. Also, we know even from the facts that even beyond history, that the groups that were participating, even on the 7th of October attack, were way beyond Hamas. Hamas took the leadership, but many other groups, including leftist groups, including nationalist groups, were participating in that. There is an important geopolitical dimension to Islamophobia. If you look into the United States, who were the people who were funding and supporting the Islamophobic discourse, and who mainstreamed it in a way? That was institutions, foundations that were very keen on supporting Israel. So the idea is, if you weaken Muslims, there will be less of a support of Palestine. This is what we are seeing now all across Western Europe. Up until 1945, Jews were basically seen as the Oriental within Europe, and the Muslims were the Oriental outside of Europe. So primarily through that racial lens. So if we say Muslims are the new Jews, I would rather say Muslims and Jews have always been the other in Europe. And the only time that changed to an extent, not fully, for the Jews is after 1945, or more specifically 1948, when Israel was created as an extension of European power. So the question of why today Turkey is demonized as a sort of the representation of Islam, and therefore as a threat to Europe, and in a way as an extension, people of Turkish origin in Europe posing a threat as like the fifth column. All of this only makes sense if we see it, I believe, primarily through this lens of Islamophobia, because this is what for them is the threat.